So we're actually going to go ahead and look at this video that came across my Instagram feed. And essentially it is a lady who is bragging about having 7 children. And she's saying, yo, I want a man to take care of me, not necessarily my children. So if I, talking about getting my nails done and stuff like that, I could get any kind of man I want. That's why I have 7 children. So let's go ahead and listen to what it is that she has to say, and then we will get into the commentary.
Y'all think I'm gonna look this pretty and not have kids? Y'all think y'all the only one that's ever approached me and wanted to like be with me? No. I have 7 kids for a reason. I have 4 baby daddies for a reason. You just don't get a pretty girl like this that don't have all these kids. I'm not asking you to take care of my kids. I said take care of me. In the video, I said get my nails done. I need a new oil change and stuff like that. I never said take care of my kids. I get 2,100 in food stamps. My kids not hungry. My kids have Medicaid insurance. They good. I'm talking about me.
So as you all have just heard what it is that she said, there's a few things that I want to talk about. So she once says that she has 7 children by 4 different men. Okay. So even with that alone, you're talking about, well, my kids are taken care of. I'm talking about if a man wants to be with me, he would then have to take care of me, get my nails done, pay for my oil change. Oh, why wouldn't you ask one of the 4 baby daddies to do that? That's what I don't understand. Why would you not go and ask one of them to go and help you out? Hey, could you get my nails? Or why don't you get with one of them? I mean, you got 7 kids now, okay? I'm not one of these people that believe just because someone is a single mother that somehow now she's not worthy of being with someone. I'm not one of these kind of people. But what I will say is this. You have to really look at your situation, take a step back, and really look at your situation and say, am I asking for too much? Okay. Now, there are men who will take over the responsibility, and yes, they wouldn't mind. Okay. Because I know people bring up celebrities all the time, but they are celebrities, you not. Okay. So it's like when you look at that, it's like, you have to understand you guys are in 2 different kinds of tax brackets. So what you can say is okay over here, applicable over here, would not necessarily be the same in your own situation, because people also date by class. You know what I mean? You don't see too many people who are making, let's say, $40,000 a year, who are then dating someone who's making $500,000 a year. People tend to be in the same class, or if you guys hung out in the same kind of circles. You know what I mean? So with that, I'm like, So she then goes on to say, well, my kids are taken care of. I get in SNAP, food stamps. I get $2,100 for food. So, and then they got Medicaid. That's not a flex. And I'm also one of these people. Don't get me wrong. When I grew up, yes, we were on that. We were like middle class, lower middle class. And when times were tough, yes, it would be Medicaid. Okay. It was your insurance. Like when I was going into college, that's what I ended up having, because I had my I promise, because my mom, she ended up losing her job and whatnot. She got laid off, and then it was like, okay, we're gonna apply SNAP benefits, get Medicaid as well, so that's what I ended up having when I was at school, even though like part of your tuition goes towards your own kind of student insurance, but still I had that, which I was grateful for, but I'm not one of these people, and I didn't grow up this way, where we not prioritize, but glamorize living off the system. We were just not that kind. We weren't that. I was never raised that you should be proud to be living off the system. No, the system is to assist you until you don't need said assistance any longer. But that means you still have to put in the work. You can't just be living off the system being like, well, I mean, I gotta make money. I mean, they gonna give me this, they gonna give me that. So I mean, I could kinda not really make money like that. It's like, no, you make your money. Try to do what you can do to get off of the system. So then she's talking about getting her nails done. Nails is not a priority. The lashes, like what we're seeing right here. The lashes, okay? The weave. I mean, you got the nose piercing. All this stuff, you're talking about getting your nails done. All this stuff is not a priority when you got a whole bunch of kids and a whole bunch of responsibilities. Kids are not just a thing where you could be like, okay, I'm going to drop you off at school, because obviously what ages are they? Are they old enough that they can even go to school? Would they need a daycare? Who's paying for this? So it's not something where it's like, okay, I'll drop you off at school, then I'll pick you up, and then you do your stuff and I do my own thing. And it's like you just having like a roommate in the crib that's not paying. You know what I mean? That's not, you have to parent, you have to be in the kid's life. So it's not as simple as just like, well, they got healthcare and they got food. Well, are you hanging out with the kids? I mean, y'all going to the park together? Y'all playing Monopoly? I mean, what y'all doing? You making them some strawberry daiquiris without alcohol, of course, because this is all the stuff that we used to do in my house. We play Monopoly once a week, really, or every other week, I would say. Sometimes once a week. But we'll do that. We'll play spades. My mom would make, because really, my grandma, she'll have a little bit of wine, but she's not really an alcohol drinker like that anyways. My mom, same way. My dad, same way. So they didn't really drink like that anyways. So we would have like strawberry daiquiris, get the little mix, put some ice in it, boom. No alcohol in there, of course. And, we're having like a nice time. We're listening to music. We're watching TV together. We're bonding. Are you doing any of this kind of stuff? I mean, because you're talking about, oh, I don't need a man to take care of my kids. Wouldn't you want someone to be around that can do any of that kind of stuff? I don't get it personally. And you talking about getting your nails done, that should be the least of your priorities. You're saying, oh, get an oil change. Is he your man where he's doing all this? And how long have y'all been together? Because I'm also the kind of person, I don't believe people who, I mean, if they do it, I mean, if you're going to do it, do it. But I also don't believe that you should only know the person for a month and then start asking them, hey, could you get my nails done? Or I only known you for 3 weeks. Can you get my hair done? Could you go and get this? I mean, I need an oil change. Well, why don't you ask one of the 4 baby fathers? Because at the end of the day, isn't that maintenance for your car, for also the safety of your children too, and so that they could get to and fro? That should be their responsibility. Now, obviously, if you want to help, go ahead. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But also, that is not necessarily the new guy's responsibility. But let's go ahead and look at some of these comments down below. All right. Someone said, yeah, you're too proud and you're not a wife. What exactly are you bragging about? Yeah, just getting a man. I mean, you could get a man. Let's keep it real. Okay, I think there's more eligible women out here than you have of eligible dudes. So if you wanted a man, you could get one. Now, I'm not saying there's quality, okay? But if you wanted to find a man, you could get a man. Okay, that's not a rare, unique thing that some dude gave you his number. You know what I mean? Like, that's not that. I think the reason is more about you being sexually available and not much about being pretty. Yes, you have kids because you're easy and fertile. You got booger wolves with 7 kids and tens with none. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the second part means. All right. Yeah, we're not talking about the politics. Because you're irresponsible, nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, and I just feel like this, for women, why possibly risk your life to bring a child into this world by a guy who doesn't like you nor wants to be with the kid? Like, to me, that just doesn't make any sense. Why would you risk your life just to say, oh, well, I got a kid though by this man? Yeah, but he doesn't want you, nor does he want the kid. So why even put yourself in that predicament? But that's my opinion on this. Let me know what you all think about this down below.